This year, the Victor Harbour Rotary Christmas Pageant, to be held on the 14th of December, will feature the Glen Quarry Clydesdale stud carriage and trained horses that will lead the procession. The carriage is drawn by two immaculately presented Clydesdales. For the pageant, the carriage will be filled with children in costume, celebrating Christmas and our cultural heritage. We went to visit the Glen Quarry Clydesdale stud at Lonsdale for a sneak preview. Preparations all start with the grooming of the magnificent Clydesdales, with the very thorough washing and combing of the horse feathers, which is the long hair around the hooves. The carriage also receives detailing to a very high standard. We talked with proprietor Russell March to find out how this business came about.
So this vehicle was a bit of a pipe dream for us because we always wanted to do wine tours with the horses, just as a bit of a fundraiser, because we're always battling to find money to feed them. So we thought, if we do 4 or 5 wine tours a year, or jobs like for the council to help pay for their feed and expenses. So we thought a passenger vehicle, and always like these, they're called a passenger drag. So they're designed to hold about, this one will about 12 comfortably, or 15 smaller adults, but 12 is pretty much the passenger level plus the driver and everything else. But I think we've had about 15 or 16 on it, overall. So we started it as a project. Damien, my brother-in-law there, who's cleaning at the moment, he's been working with me on most of the vehicles, and we started about 20 years ago. 3 years ago, yeah. So about 3 years ago, and then we had a job for a wedding, so we rushed to get it finished, and we finished the vehicle, and the wedding was called off. So we had a vehicle finished, and we wanted nowhere to go, dressed up nowhere to go. But we got going, and we did a bit of a pub crawl with family for our first adventure, and then we used it for grand parades at the Royal Adelaide this year. So.
With all good operations, the key to a successful presentation is to rehearse. So join us on a ride with Russell and the team through the streets of Lonsdale.
That's good.
The carriage is on display in the Victor Central Shopping Centre, where shoppers can leave Christmas parcels in the carriage that will go to the Southern Christian Community Care to help the less fortunate to have a better Christmas. Peter Charles from Oops Locksmiths caught up with Lou Sanders at the Gospel Centre to tell us more about the importance of donating to the less fortunate in our community.
So Christmas is here. We're really hoping that people will be able to support people in need in the community by donating non-perishable goods and some gifts and toys, not just for children, but perhaps for adults who are finding things a bit tough this year. This will take us into January as well, because sometimes it's January where the crunch really hits. So we appreciate your donations. Thank you very much.
Victor Harbour's own Kim Bailey caught up with some tenants for their opinions on this magnificent carriage.
I'm here with Jason Mann. Jason represents the Chit Chat News Agency here. Jason, just like to ask you a question. What do you think of this lovely vehicle here? They call it a drag or a vis-a-vis. It's a French vehicle which is going to be in the Rotary pageant on the 14th. And we're encouraging people to leave gifts or donations within the vehicle, like Santa's sleigh. They'll be given to the disabled or the disadvantaged people in our community.
Going into the pageant on the Christmas, it's a big time of year for everyone. I know we've been involved as parents, as kids, as with my grandparent. Everyone has been part of the pageant for years around Victor Harbour. It's quite an exciting time of the year, and it's good to see it here in the Victor Central Mall.
We're here, Steve, with your Coastal Meets business opening next Monday.
Indeed it is, mate.
Looking forward to it?
Yeah, absolutely. We're all pumped. I think any support for the underprivileged, I think it's a good thing. Christmas spirit. Good.
So you'll see lots of, hopefully, big presents hanging out here, and all we need is a man with a big white beard. Not me.
And more months for you, mate. That's right.
And we'll be in business. So.
Yeah, well, I reckon you'll get a few presents in there from us at Coastal Meets too.
Great, okay. We're here in front of Mega Health in the mall, and we're talking to Peter, who runs the Mega Health store here. Just going to ask him his impression on this lovely vehicle that's out the front of his door and what he thinks of it. It's an old Landau, Peter, or like a Landau. They call it actually, it's a heavier version.
Yeah, it's very impressive. Yep, it's quite amazing. I walked in this morning and saw it there. I had been forewarned that it was coming, but I had no idea what was coming. So, yeah.
It's great to see, and it's a great part on Rotary, setting it up here in that regard and encouraging it, because they're also encouraging people to place donations and gifts within it to be given to the disabled and disadvantaged people in our community. So it's in a form acting as Santa's sleigh. All we need is Santa sitting on the front.
That's right.
And of course it'll be in our procession for the grand procession for the
pageant. I saw that on the sign on the other side of it.
Yeah, so Rotary have done a great job, and the mall people also encouraging us to be in here with it, to set it up, and to encourage people to come down and leave something behind, small toys or so on for kids, whatever, and we really appreciate it.
It's certainly attracting a lot of interest already, I've noticed, of people walking past and looking at it.
We thank the owners of the Victor Central Shopping Centre and tenant businesses, along with Oops Locksmiths, for their joint sponsorship.
South Coast Television, your community, your voice.